Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Athlete Artist Show. I am the artist Kyle Forge, alongside the athlete professional hockey player Zach Boychuk. Fresh off the Four Nations tournament, Canada gold medal. Chucky, I know it was pretty late where you are in Germany when this game was going on and when all these games were going on. But what do you think? And did you have a chance to catch the end of the game?
Yeah, I had a game the next day too, and so it wasn't on till I think 2 a.m. Thursday night, like our time. So there was some guys talking about maybe like going to bed at 9 p.m., sleeping for a few hours, and then waking up. I was like, no, I'm not doing that. And but I randomly woke up at like 5:30 a.m., I think. Saw that the game was going into overtime, so I threw it on quick and got to see McDavid get that golden goal.
Nice, man. That game was crazy. Like the back and forth, tight game, good defense on both sides. Um, McDavid getting that goal was kind of storybook too. Like it would have been cool to see Crosby get it, just because of obviously he's Captain Canada. He's the last best on best tournament in overtime. Crosby was the one to score it. Um, but McDavid, like, how you leaving McDavid alone in front of the
Oh,
net
I know.
in overtime?
Austin Matthews just left his center off the face-off.
Just
Can't be doing that.
it was funny too because I guess McDavid said after, he's like, "Yeah, I didn't really do anything the entire game."
Well, yeah, because he was mostly like getting shadowed by Eichel, I think. But there was
Yeah,
a icing, and so they couldn't get Eichel out there, and McDavid got put on the ice. Obviously, Matthews went into the corner to go and forecheck Marner, but left McDavid wide open. And did you see Cooper like saying something on the bench like somebody get selfish and shoot the puck in the net?
yeah.
And then like 30 seconds later he goes out there and shoots it in the net.
Yeah, I don't know what Matthews was doing there. I think it looked like they already had a D man going towards Marner, so I don't know if Matthews just if it was just moving fast and he read it the wrong way, or he thought someone was going to jump on McDavid. But as soon as I saw McDavid alone in front of the net, I was like, come on.
Wrong guy to leave in front.
Oh, the
But the
complete
US
wrong
had a
guy.
good showing. I think Bennington had goes to show that he in big games he's a gamer.
Yeah, he is the star of that game for sure. And like, we kind of talked about it before the tournament. Like, Canada's goaltending was, I mean, on paper, weaker than everybody else's. And Bennington, shuts out all the talk, doesn't give a shit about what people are saying about him, comes in and performs when it mattered.
Oh yeah. He
Like,
definitely quieted the critics, that's for sure. He's and he had a good tournament throughout. Like, yeah, they lost that one game to the US, but um he played every game, right? And
yeah.
uh, it would have been cool to see some other goalies play just to get a chance to see how like Aiden Hill would have done, but I think it's his spot to lose come the Olympics for 2026 now.
Yeah, some of those saves were incredible, especially in overtime and in the third period there. Like, Stone and Matthews 2-3 times. Stone and
Yeah. He
Sanderson
kept the
too. Like,
under going for me. I was pumped that the under hit.
that's awesome. Did you bet on the under?
Me and Abby placed some bets on bet decks actually,
Nice.
uh, with some Solana, and we had Canada to win and the under.
That's
So
awesome. That's sweet. Yeah, man.
two for two on those bets, but 0 for 4 on our other
On
bets that we
ours.
had, that me and you had.
Yeah, this would have been the one to bet the under on for sure. But man, yeah, some of those saves, Bennington just completely robbing guys. Like that cross crease glove, saving the gold medal there. Like,
Crazy save. I'm sure Kachuk. I mean, he didn't have a great angle, but he got pretty good wood on it, and
yeah.
just Bennington read it and made the great glove save.
Yeah, all three of those Team USA guys had great chances in overtime. Sanderson, Kachuk, Brady Kachuk, and Matthews obviously had two or three chances himself there. But I think injuries definitely play a little bit of a factor. I think the Team USA, Matthew Kachuk going down again, only playing
Hmm.
what 6-7 minutes with, I think I mean, that hurts them for sure. That's the heart and soul of your team, basically, and not only that, but a skilled guy that you want on the ice, a skilled physical guy that you want on the ice, especially in a Game 7 type of game like the Four Nations Championship was, where it was winner take all. He gets in guys' faces. He makes guys uncomfortable, and he has the skills to put the puck in there to create plays when he needs to. And big loss for them. Obviously, not having Quinn Hughes on the back end, tough for them too.
Yeah, it
But
sounded like Vancouver just didn't want to let him go, or didn't you know approve him, or however that worked with the doctor. I would have liked to see him come in like mid tournament and see what kind of boost he would have brought the US.
yeah, there was some weird thing with the rules though. Like guys didn't really know what the rules were. Like you apparently he could only have played if another USD man was injured.
Yeah.
So
And then
I
guys were getting sick. Like I don't know if there was like a
yeah,
flu bug going around, but it was trending towards I thought he was getting to play for sure.
that like the talk on Twitter on social media was crazy as soon as that kind of got leaked or whatever announced that he might be on a plane heading to heading to Boston.
Well, it's crazy how much like the whole tournament was talked about. Like you hear all the Trump stuff and the political battle, and I think a lot of people watched that first like US Canada game with all the fights, and that probably just brought the talk up too, and everybody wanted to see a USA Canada final. So it was like one of the most watched games on ESPN, I think, in the last I think 20 years or maybe ever on ESPN in the States.
Yeah, it's USA's most watched non-Olympic hockey game on record. So there are 10.4 million viewers in the US alone. Um, I think 16. I think it was 16.1 average viewers for the gold medal game or the championship game overall between US and Canada. Like massive numbers for a non Stanley Cup final or Stanley Cup playoff game or a non Olympic
Yeah,
game.
I think it was pretty similar to like the Edmonton, Florida game 7 last year. Like the
Yeah,
numbers seemed really close, kind of around 16 million, but yeah, Canada just
huge.
really needed a win.
Yeah,
Being the baby brother to the United States, and the way the World Juniors has been going, like Canada, best on best. It was great to see them pull it out and show that anytime it's best on best, the pros, Crosby, what was he? Is he 27 and 0 and 1 or something as
something like
captain?
that. Yeah.
Like every tournament he's played in, pretty much he's won, especially like Olympics and World Cup. And I don't know if he's won all the world championships. He probably hasn't played that many. He's definitely won one, but crazy the career that he's had.
Yeah. I mean, Crosby's the pinnacle of Canadian international hockey. Like that's the guy that everyone looks up to, obviously. And yeah, he's won his cups. What is it? Three cups for Crosby with Pittsburgh, but you just mentioned it, all of the gold medals, all the world championships, all of the World Cup, Olympics, like the storybook
Now the Four
career for
Nations,
now
whatever
the
the
Four
Four Nations
Nations.
is, but I
And
think
like
that's like kind of a one and done thing, but pretty
yeah,
awesome.
it might be a one and done thing, but I think the guys proved that it meant a lot more than what people originally thought it was gonna be. Like,
Hmm.
I think even I might have said it on the show, or at least to you outside of it. Like, what the hell is the Four Nations? Like, what's the point of having this? It's only having four teams is dumb. Yeah, should they increase the teams if they do it again? 100%. But this was a million times better than an All Star game.
Oh yeah. Get rid of the
Like,
All-Star game, just do something like that every year. I mean, it is nice to do it like every 2 years because it would be hard on the guys
yeah,
mental and physical. Like a lot of guys got injured, which is unfortunate, but you got the World Cup coming up, and then I mean obviously the Olympics coming up, and then in 2 years from then you'll have the World Cup, and then back to the Olympics. So that seems like a good rotation. Like
yeah.
every 2 years, best on best. Show us your top form, and I think you'll see a lot more guys going to world championships now too, because if you want to be on those teams, on the Olympic teams, on the World Cup teams, you're gonna have to maybe show up to the World Championships.
Yeah, I heard other guys talking about that too. Like you pretty much have to go to World Championships this year if you don't make playoffs or if you get bounced first round. And I
Yeah.
think Canada usually does a pretty decent job at sending guys. Like they usually get a decently high quality crop of guys that will go to World Championships. Keith Yano was talking about Team USA needs to step it up though, because they don't get a lot of guys going out for World Championships at the end of the year. Like
Yeah.
when was the
And
last
they've
time
never
Team?
done well in World Championships either. Like
Yeah, I
I
was
don't
just gonna
even know
say.
if they've won a medal.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, when have they ever won? It's always Canada. It seems like winning World Championships.
Yeah. No, they do well. Canada and honestly Finland, I feel like they've won a few lately. Czech Republic won last year,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
US needs to pick it up.
As a guy who's played for Team Canada, like World Juniors, Spangler, what'd you think of? I mean, the tournament in general, of guys, really showing that they did want to be there, want to compete for their country, and then also that first Team USA, Team Canada game, first 9 seconds fights. The emotions ran high, and then kind of how that trickled into the big media spectacle that the championship game ended up being.
Yeah, like thank God it was an NHL run event, because if that type of spectacle happened in a double IHF event, everybody would have been suspended. Who knows? They might have turned the lights out in the arena and canceled the game or something. So it's like it's good that the NHL got to kind of control one of the tournaments and kind of have their own rules. You're allowed to fight. You're not getting kicked out of the game. Obviously, they're going to have their own refs and stuff too. So was probably a little bit more loose, a lot more big hits and not as many penalties. So I
Yeah,
think come the Olympic time, it'll be different. They're going to have to find other ways to really hype up the game and hype up your teammates. But to have it this year with all the fights just made more and more people talk about it and eventually uh, tune into the tournament.
do you think it matters what tournament it is that guys are competing in, if it's an international tournament, or do you think guys just want to compete for their country and do go out there and win for their nation?
Yeah, I think no matter what tournament you're playing, whether it's, under 18s, Spengler Cup, like anytime you're wearing that Canada jersey, guys are giving their all, and you have that pride with that maple leaf on your chest, and goes to show like a tournament that we didn't think anything of it. A lot of people didn't think it was going to be a big deal. Guys were making it a big deal, and that's because Canada, it's Canada's game. Canada wants to be the best, and um, I saw Justin Trudeau sent a tweet out saying that it's still our game. We got the upper hand. So some pretty funny stuff politically all over the Twitter timeline.
All right, fellas, you know the drill. Meme coins come and go, but let's talk about one of our favorites. Let me tell you about ZYN Coin. Yeah, it's Upper Deckies on chain and one of the most widely recognized meme coins out there. ZYN Coin brings ZYN culture on chain so all the fellas can easily invest in a product they use every day. This isn't just another token, it's a movement. Whether you're ripping the puck top shelf, throwing dimes, or draining threes, ZYN Coin is the crypto for the culture. Get in while the buzz is hot. You can buy the ZYN token in less than 2 minutes using the Moonshot app available on both the App Store and Android. Check out the website zyncoin.io for more details. zyncoin.io for more details. Quick disclaimer, this is not financial advice. Always do your own research and invest at your own risk. The number one rule of investing in anything, crypto, stocks, anything, is do not invest more than you can afford to lose. Again, not financial advice. Do your research and invest at your own risk. Good luck, everybody. Yeah, it definitely maximized the hype behind the game for sure. Everything kind of all the talk going on outside of it, like you mentioned with Trump and Trudeau and the tariffs and stuff like that, but even like Team USA was getting involved in it. The Kachuk brothers were kind of talking smack in the media a little bit. Hagel kind of went after them. I think
Yeah, I
Hagel,
saw Marshawn was saying that they like put their foot in their mouths. Like, what were they
yeah,
saying? I really like the group chat what you're about to get to, but
yeah, yeah. Marshy was just saying like, yeah, they sometimes when you run your mouth in the media, it comes back to bite you. And like they were really only talking about how they had the group chat before to like the fight, like that first game, to talk about dropping them off the face off, and then Hagel comes back, changes the name of the Team Canada's group chat to
champs.
Champs, and that's all he posted. That was kind of
That was
that's a
so good.
perfect way to end it. Perfect way to put it to bed.
And now the US is our what is it, 13th province or 11th province or something?
Yeah, 11th province.
We're not the 51st state.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, when it comes down to games that matter, Canada pulls it out somehow.
Yeah,
At least
exactly.
on best. World Juniors we're not doing so hot, but best on
No,
best, it's Canada's game still for
we
sure.
don't need to start a summit or whatever where, Hockey Canada gets together. Maybe for the World Juniors, but I think we'll get back on track for the World Juniors. But best on best when you got McKinnon and McDavid and Crosby still in the mix. No summit needed.
Yeah, how cool was it to see those guys playing with each other?
Oh, it was awesome. And McKinnon did well. He got the
Yeah,
MVP, right?
yep, yeah. Nate
And
Dog.
I would have liked to see them play more like on a line together. They were put together on the power play and stuff, but him and Marchand and the Halifax boys or Nova Scotia boys, they
Yeah,
all got a picture together and pretty cool to see them partying after that little tournament. And then some of them probably have a game like tonight,
tonight.
so they're Saturday night. It's crazy.
Yeah, I would have liked to see some of them, or not some of them. I would have liked to see the Nova Scotia line play together a little bit more. I don't know
Yeah.
if how much they ended up actually playing together, but it's cool for all those guys to be on a team. It was funny too because I saw a clip that was kind of made on social media about it was Marshy just going after Marner in one of those classic Boston Toronto rivalries, just giving it to him. And then the clip where he comes back into the locker room and Team Canada, he's like, "Fuck, you guys are fun to watch." Like, attaboy, Mitchy.
Now they're buddies, eh? Yeah, same with what is it, Sam Bennett? Like Marchand and Bennett were just going at each other in the playoffs, like
Yeah,
whatever it was, like bad hits to the head,
yeah,
punches, whatever. Now they're teammates, and Sam Bennett scored a huge goal in that game.
massive dude. Yeah, Bennett's a gamer, man. Like he comes in clutch. He adds that physicality that you just mentioned to the game. I mean, I don't know where any of this was when he played in Calgary, but it's
Oh,
nice to
it's
see it.
crazy. Calgary got rid of him for basically nothing. Like, what
Nothing.
was it, like a draft pick and like some
It's
prospect that nobody's ever heard of?
yeah, nothing. And like at the time, I was like, screw this guy, get rid of him. Like he's doing nothing. As soon as he goes to Florida, just starts lighting it up
Yeah.
and producing. I'm like, come on,
He's probably one of Calgary's like highest draft picks ever, right? Because he was what, second or third overall,
something like that. I think yeah.
and they just let him go for nothing.
And then right after him, Chucky goes over there too. Or did Chucky
Yeah,
go first, or did Bennett go first?
I think Bennett went first,
Okay. Yeah, Bennett was fourth overall,
fourth overall. Yeah,
which is
couldn't do a
nuts.
pull up at the combine, but he's fourth overall pick and carved out quite a career now.
Yeah, Cup champion.
Cup
He's doing
champ,
well.
Four
T-
Nations champ.
Four Nations champ. Think Sam Bennett gets a call for the Olympic team? He would have to, hey? Is there
I could
is there
see it now. I think he was maybe a little bit of a bubble pick to make this Four Nations team, but now with his performance and how he's trending, I could definitely see him on the Olympic team.
do you think there's anyone from either like Canada, US that isn't going to make the Olympic team based off of this tournament? And on the other side of that, who do you think will get added in potentially that wasn't in the tournament?
Yeah,
Besides like Quinn Hughes,
I'd still
obviously.
like to see like Shifley get a chance or Logan Thompson from Washington. Um, who else? Like Bedard will probably get a look, but
Yeah.
as far as guys that were actually on the team, like I feel like everybody, did what they had to do. I'm not sure some of the guys probably didn't get the greatest looks. Like Konechny was in and out of the lineup, Seth Jarvis was in and out of the lineup. Like those guys are kind of, interchangeable, but the top dogs were kind of the best players, and Marner stepped up huge with a couple big assists in the last game, and obviously McKinnon and McDavid. So like those guys, no matter who you put around them, I think Canada's gonna have a great team.
Yeah, I mean the goaltending was, I guess, the biggest question, and Binnington, like I said earlier, proved everybody wrong. So
Yeah,
hopefully he carries that into the Olympics next year.
he better. I mean, the Olympics is a lot bigger deal than the Four Nations, so we need to get that win too.
Yeah,
And hopefully by then all the tariffs has gone away and we're not getting talked about. I mean, I wouldn't mind joining the States just because then you could move anywhere you want. You could
yeah,
go to Nashville, we could go to Florida, like would be pretty sweet to roam around wherever, but I will say that a lot of people would be upset having to pay all that money for healthcare.
yeah. The healthcare kind of kills you, because I was going back and forth on it too. I was like, yeah, it'd be super nice to just be able to move wherever, not have to get a visa or a green card or whatever. And then I'm
Yeah.
like, but the healthcare, like, just make things
Mm.
even more expensive.
Would make it tough for a lot of people, but
But then
the
I'm
health
also like, would the rent go down? Like, would properties go down? Like, how would that kind of, like, what would go
Yeah, I don't
on
know
with bills
actually.
and food and stuff? So
That's you got to think it would probably help the pricing in Canada. There's obviously more places to move around, but
yeah,
I'm not an economics guy, so you can't ask me.
just a crypto guy.
Yeah,
At least
just following all the crazy hacks and rugs and crazy stuff that Dave Portnoy's doing. Did you see Ryan Whitney? Ryan Whitney lost like 12 grand in one of Dave's launches and the greed coin.
yeah, I was watching Unnamed show yesterday and yesterday or the day before, and yeah, talking about how Pasha got him to throw some like 12K or whatever, 17K into greed. And he apparently Pasha was like trying to ask Portnoy. He's like, "Yo, when are you launching? When are you launching? When are you launching?" And Portnoy wouldn't tell him.
Yeah,
And then all of a sudden, like Witt's going to, I think he was at like a hockey game or something with his son,
yeah,
and
he's coaching on the ice or
yeah, he was
something.
coaching, and Pasha was like, "You got to get in." So like Witt tries to get in right before the game, and then like leaves it. Like
Oh
Witt,
yeah, in crypto you can't do
he
that. You
can't do
gotta
that.
watch it every second.
So by the time he got off the ice, all his money was gone.
Yeah, and you wanted to get in that coin too. You thought it was one of his official launches, but good thing good thing you didn't get in.
I would have jumped in if I knew about it at the start, but I was a few minutes late, and I was like, it's too late.
That's too late. Yeah, you're right. 2-3 minutes is like days or weeks in crypto.
Yeah, and I think Wit waited like half an hour, or something like that. That's like years in
And his
crypto.
money was gone. Dave rugged it.
We've seen that before too. Like we'll be in a coin, and we'll be up, and we can't cash out, and then all of a sudden they just rug, and it's boom, gone within
Oh
minutes.
man,
It's
on the
like,
old like Pancake Swap and Uniswap days when we didn't have bots and didn't have stuff to help you buy and sell,
yeah.
that was just painful. Just to watch the numbers go up and down and then just go boop to basically pennies.
I still remember some project we were working with, or we were looking into, and I was up like 10K. It was right off launch. That might have been 20K right off launch, and I'm trying to cash out. It's not going anywhere, and then all of a sudden it's bloop gone. I was like,
Oh man,
oh,
just hurts.
that was the worst.
Devastating.
It was like right. I think it was right at Stampede or right before Stampede too. So I was like, sweet, gonna have a nice 10 days here. Then it was all gone.
Yeah. What would have been a nice stampede bonus.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. I mean, that's what, one of five coins or something that Portnoy's been launching in the last week or two.
Yeah, I think well, a lot of them he doesn't launch. I think he just buys, and
Mm,
then bunch of copy traders will like follow behind him, and then when he tweets it out, that's when like a lot of the people buy. But I I want to say he might have launched at least two,
mm.
but he's been involved in like six or seven. So we'll see if he ends up actually launching an official coin. Sounds like Pasha's not going to get the inside info, so we can't message him. So
Yeah, no kidding.
just gotta keep clicking, keep your eyes on the screen, and see if he ends up launching.
What did you hear about the Argentina president and
Oh
that
yeah,
whole thing going on? Portnoy was
that
talking
was a
about
bad
how
one.
he was supposed to be involved in that too.
Yeah, and he put like 6.3 million of his own money and ended up losing it all. And then one of the founders of the coin, there's somebody that was helping out, just like paid him back. Was like, sorry, like didn't know that the whatever melee the president was going to delete his tweet and not support the project. It's like
Yeah.
crazy times in crypto. I couldn't imagine putting 6.3 mil into a meme coin though.
Was that how much he put in? I thought it was 4.
Yeah, it was it he said five on his thing, but a lot of people have like looked into what his wallets and his Kraken and stuff, and I'm pretty sure it was like six mil, 6.3.
Oh, really?
But he got paid back, so I think a lot of other people didn't.
Yeah, I mean that's the first time I've ever heard of anybody getting any sort of money back.
Yeah, it doesn't happen like that too often. He got lucky there.
That whole scandal was crazy. Wit was tripping him about that too.
His Ethereum's gone. He bought his Ethereum in 2017, and it's just like
Oh
kind of been going
yeah.
up, kind of been going down. Now it's now it's gone to dust in
Yeah,
the greed coin.
Pasha got Wit to transfer all of his Ethereum, which is nut. Like,
Yeah,
why would you transfer all of your Ethereum into fucking Solana for one,
didn't
and
want to
then
keep a little bit just to see if Ethereum goes back up.
just dumps it into a Solana meme coin? Like, Wit, what are you doing?
That's some degen stuff right there. I like that.
Oh man.
Go big or go home.
I mean, I guess he made enough money in his career. He's doing pretty well with Chicklets of Pink Whitney. So, I mean, if you could just throw 17 grand or 15 grand, whatever it was, of Ethereum like that away into a greed coin and laugh about it on podcasts, you're doing okay.
Yeah, I don't think he's too worried about it. He'll be okay.
What was the hack you were just mentioning? You mentioned it before we started recording too. The Bybit hack, this Korean Bybit hack.
Yeah, one of the biggest hacks of all time. Like, I don't know if you count like Mount Gox as a hack. Like back then, it wasn't worth that much, but not like the prices today. It's like 62 billion or something. So that's actually officially the biggest hack. But Bybit, one of the biggest exchanges, just got hacked for 1.4 billion in ETH. So that caused ETH to go down and a lot of other cryptos to go down. So it's been kind of a crazy couple days in the crypto sphere. I don't think like imagine if you were an FTX like user, an exchange like a big exchange, that exchange goes down, um, and now they're finally like repaying guys back. So like let's say you got repaid back last week, put all your money into Bybit exchange, and then Bybit exchange gets hacked
Yeah.
for 1.4 billion. Like just crazy if you're that unlucky, but that kind of stuff happens, I guess.
Yeah, it's it. So what happens to the people that have their money in Bybit? Like it's just gone.
A lot
Like,
of it, like they would have insurance and stuff, the
mm,
the exchange, and it seems like they're handling withdrawals, and there's a lot of people that are trying to take their money out of it right now. But some exchanges will just pause withdrawals. Like you can't take your money in, you can't take your money out. Like
that's
you
messed
just
up.
wait until the storm basically goes away. But it sounded like Bybit's done a good job. The CEO is kind of just chilling. He was talking about wearing like a whoop strap, and it was like it happened at 10 p.m. at night for him. So apparently, like his heart rate like raised a little bit for like 12 or 13 minutes around 11 p.m. But otherwise, like he was just like vibing, like just putting out fires and finding ways to get everybody's money, finding ways. I think he talked to like some of the other exchanges, is getting some Ethereum from them. So like just everybody's kind of working together to kind of figure out how to, number one, get this money back, and number two, like make sure that the customers are able to get their funds.
Crazy, man. It's insane that something like that can happen.
That's crypto for you. It's a wild, wild west.
That it is. And when the main market's going down, ZYN Coin's going up, hey?
ZYN Coin is going up, especially when ETH is going up.
Yeah.
It's like a stable coin, like you tweeted.
Pretty yeah, no kidding, hey? It's the most stable meme coin that I've seen in a while. Maybe since we started getting in this game.
Yeah, the fact that they've been around for, I think it's what, a year, maybe 2 years. Like ZYN Coin's got a strong team,
Yeah,
Diamond Handers.
especially being on ETH too.
Yeah,
Like when everything is on
exactly.
Solana
A lot of
nowadays.
people have moved over to Solana, so um, thankfully you can buy ZYN Coin on Solana as well. But all the Ethereum holders have held and done pretty good for that project.
Yeah, I was always an Ethereum guy, so it's nice to see the one Ethereum coin still doing well.
Yeah, we need Vitalik, the founder, to tweet out a picture of his dog or something, or tweet out a picture of an animal, and then Ethereum will go up and we'll be happy.
The ZYN Coin memes are pretty funny too. They've got a lot of good content that
Oh, they're so good. I remember like Tucker Carlson was involved in some of those memes, like just so funny and definitely relatable for all the hockey players that are probably using the product, and I'm sure some of them are buying the meme coin as well.
Tucker Carlson's a funny one because he used to pop zins all the time, whether he's on podcasts or
Is
whatever. And
that why it got so viral,
well,
like from him popping?
I don't know. I don't know if that's why, but he ended up I think making his own brand because
Oh, did he?
he
Yeah,
said
pretty
something on
smart to do that.
he said something on a podcast about how like you put a Zin in, it'll make you better in bed or something like that. And the actual Zin company got pissed off and like sent out a letter that was like, this is
No way.
falsely claiming our product does this. And he was like wow, you guys are a bunch of pussies. Like
Well,
he's like, I'm
same
no
with the meme
longer.
coin. Zin was all upset about it. They put a lawsuit against them, and then
And they beat him.
turns out that the meme coin has nothing to do with the company, and they can't come after them. So
Yeah, those guys they're fighting a good battle, man. They're doing well.
for sure, Zin to a tin, Zin
Zin to
to
a
five
tin.
bucks.
Let's go.
I'm sure a tin in Canada is a lot more than $5 though.
If you're talking actual chew, it's like 35. If
Yeah,
it's like the
but you go to the States, it's $5.
yeah, if it's like the pouches, just like the nicotine pouches, Canada we don't have Zin, but they've got a thing called Zonic. They're like 15.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, but in the U.S., like Nashville, I think Zins and stuff are like $5 to $8 depending on where you go.
that's
So
crazy.
yeah, not bad.
Canada will tax you on a lot of stuff.
Yeah, it's and now we're getting taxed even more because of these freaking tariffs.
Getting
But
tariffed, yeah.
Chucky, anything else you want to cover before we get out of here?
No, I think that's good.
Awesome. Oh, I guess you're before we go, your second game back yesterday off injury. Hey, how you feeling?
Yeah, feel really good. I think I came back after like 4.5 weeks. They said I should probably wait 6 weeks, but I felt good early. Came back a little bit early and got 2 games in this week and felt really good. We got a big win last night, so I think we have 6 left before playoffs start. So
Nice.
big games coming up and trying to position ourselves to finish high in the standings, and the real season starts come playoff time.
Make another run. You guys haven't lost a playoff game in what, 4 years?
Yeah, playoff
Or
series
a playoff series, sorry.
has been good. So we 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 got to keep that going. Our coach Sergio Ben, he hasn't lost a playoff series since coaching for Berlin. So that's got to keep that streak going.
Unreal. Let's go. All right, buddy. we'll be back next week. Hopefully we'll have a guest next week. But yeah, until then, we will see you guys later.
Sin to a 10. Peace.
Into a 10.